What's up guys? MISFIT 2 here. Today we have the Stoner LMG that is OEM'd by Classic Army. This was the third choice or the third listing. I'm really gonna try to get a lot on this gun out. I might have to break it down into 2 videos, maybe not try to have it in 1. But let's start off, we usually do, from front to back. So here, let's start with the flash hider. It came with a regular orange tip. This one you see here is actually from my VFC 417. I just painted it black. It did come with a front sight post here, which I did not like. The barrel did not come in this color. Honestly, I did not like the barrel when I got it. To me, it was very, very shiny looking. If you can see the gas tube down here, that'll kind of show you what the barrel looks like. Speaking of gas tube, underneath here this is where you store your battery. To get to your battery compartment, you press the quick release button here. You just press down and it pops out. Very simple and easy. Be careful when you do this, don't pull. Your inner barrel is suspended inside the outer barrel, of course. A buffer tube LiPo battery does fit in here. Be careful not to push it in too far. It will get stuck inside the heat shield. That's happened to me before, so I'm speaking from experience on that. I'm gonna put the barrel back on. I know most real steel people just fucking jam shit in, right? But you can see, just a testament, when I'm pushing up against this, right? You can see that this here, the quick release button here, is moving. It wants to be pressed. It's longing for it. It needs to be pressed. It wants it so desperately to be pressed. So let's just go ahead and press it, and then it goes in very smoothly. Let's talk about the heat shield. Quality of the heat shield, the rails on the heat shield. The paint color is a little bit different than the barrel. It's more of like a grayish, almost blue tint to it. I don't know how to really describe it. It's not blue, but it has a bluer tint to it of the metal. I'm noticing scratching, paint wearing off, so the finish on it is not that great. It's no big deal to me, but it might be for you. You will see here that it has trades on both sides. They're laser etched. You're gonna actually feel the quality. It's very nice quality. I'm not sure if these serial numbers are respective to the particular gun. I believe they are. Next, moving on, you have this adapter here at the bottom. MISFIT 1 would like know the answer to what it's called. I'm not really sure, but this is, I think, for mounting on tripods, vehicles and such like that. The box magazine we'll talk about in the internals. You have here your V tray cover. It does not, like a 249, the whole V tray cover extends all the way pretty much back to the stock. And it comes up. For this one, it just is this block right here. As you can see, all you have to do is press these 2 tabs here, and then you can access your hop-up unit. Then you got your top rail here. Some people are having problems with this. We'll talk about it in the community issues. You may see that I have this zip tie here, and you're probably like, wow, that's pretty freaking ghetto, dude. Yeah, there's a reason for that. It has to do with the stock here. And as you can see, my rail up top is actually cracked, and I think that has to do with the stock here as well. I'll get into that in a second, like literally seconds from now. You do have an ambidextrous selector, which is pretty cool. I like it, and it's one of those ambidextrous selectors where you don't have to manipulate both sides to get it going. It does feature an A2 style pistol grip when you first purchase it. Any, M4 or AR style pistol grip that's respective towards AEGs will fit on this one. Normally the stock that you're gonna get is that really janky, it's not really a wire stock, it's like a tube stock. It's a tube, and then there'll be a picture here, you'll see what I'm talking about. There is an adapter that you can buy. I believe it's $80. If not, I'll correct myself. Put a link in the description where you can actually purchase this. It's for the Ares version. If you didn't know, Ares came out with a gun that was very, very similar to this one. So it's for that version. They did make some minute changes. That is one of them. There's a particular thing that's different with the 2. This adapter here does not feature a port inside the bottom of the adapter itself to be screwed into the body. The one for the Ares gun itself does not require that. This gun does require that. I did take notice to that when I took the old stock off, and they had, this metal clunky piece here. It has a hole on the bottom specifically designed to be screwed into the body, and the adapter for the Ares one does not. Unless I have got a faulty adapter or they forgot that process. I'm not sure. Well, that caused me a lot of issues. Lower section of the body here was like coming out at an angle, It wasn't too bad, but it was bad enough. So I ended up having to use a zip tie, which I don't mind too much. It fixed the issue. I know it's kind of ghetto looking, but there is zero movement and play. So I'm all right with it. And also another thing with the stock, the adapter here is not actually all the way on, but for this notch here in the back, it is all the way on. The adapter is actually longer for the Aries than it is on this one, which is strange. Unless again, I just got a bad one and you know, it may just be an issue that I only have. Talking about the body is kind of, it's nice. It feels strong and sturdy. A lot of people refer to this as being a very light machine gun. A very light machine gun. Would I say that it's light? Not really. It's not the lightest piece of equipment that you will ever have. I feel like my Crytek's lighter, just to be honest and completely candid. I really do. Now I'm going to talk about the internals. So the barrel here is a 407mm brass barrel. Hop-up unit itself is a M249 style hop-up unit. The box mag uses a plunger system. The gun does have a quick change spring system. Just note that if you do get the adapter that I have here and you put it on the classic Army version and you have to fit it the way I had to fit it, you will not be able to access it quickly. The way you access it with the stock that it comes with, press down these two buttons here, one on this side and there's one on this side, press that down and just the stock slides downward and then you can change the spring. It's quicker than the Crytek and it's pretty fun and easy way to change your FPS. But with the spring that it comes with, it will be shooting about 400 feet per second out of the box. The spring guide that you have in there is metal and uses bearings. The quick spring change system has more than adequate amount of integrity to sustain what you need this gun to do, pretty much. It will be reliable. Nothing's gonna shake around in there too much. Everything is pretty solid. I did utilize a quick change spring system before I put the stock on, and that's pretty much how I know. Let's talk about the motor here. This will also be in the community issues, but it is an internal fact or opinion. I shouldn't say fact. The motor is nothing to brag about. It really doesn't shine in any way. It's not a high torque motor. It's not a high speed motor. It's just a motor to get the gun fucking shooting. Pretty much just, that's it. That's all it does. So upgrading the motor, yes I will. Upgrade the motor, you should too. The gearbox itself is of an odd shape, kind of an odd profile, but does use mostly version 2 components. The gears are of a steel composition and a standard ratio with 8mm steel bearings. For any other questions on how to disassemble a gun, I'm just going to refer you to the video that I used. I'll insert the video in the description. Next, we're going to talk about community issues, problems that people have had with this gun. All right, let's move from front to back again. Did you catch it? You notice anything different? I'll give you a second. Yeah, the gun flipped, turned. Anyways, let's move on. The biggest complaint people usually have is about the battery space. Another thing most people complain about is the stock. They say it's horrendously ugly. Not this stock, the stock that comes with the gun. I would agree. I mean, ugliness is not really a big deal to me though, because functionality is the most important thing, right? The functionality of the other stock is not so great. It's weird, like you shoulder it, this part of the body is just too much in your face. When the stock is at position 1, it's like the whole thing is in your face, you know, it's uncomfortable. And then when it's out, it just does not feel right. The distribution of weight is just off. It's just weird. I don't know, I don't like it. We talked a lot about this gun. I want to get the pros and cons section out of the way. Pros, my biggest pros, I can't say everything that I've listed because there's a lot of pros, there's a lot of cons, but my biggest pros for this gun is 1, the box mag seems to be feeding very well. I do like how the feed tray cover here only moves a small amount. It doesn't take the whole freaking thing up and split the gun in half. Not literally, you know what I'm saying. Another pro, the trades, I think are done very nicely. But the biggest pro is that it's just cool. Like, it's just inherently cool. I don't know, I just think it's a really, really cool gun, personally. So that's the biggest pro for me. Even though that's kind of an opinionated thing, I dig it. You may think I'm a pessimistic person, and I probably am, because there's usually more cons than there are pros. I don't know, maybe I am pessimistic. let's get on with the cons. And not convicts, talking about the cons. Let's move from front to back. The barrel came really shiny. Did not like that, painted it, fixed it. The battery space is a pretty big con. I like the way you get to the battery and everything. I think that's cool, but that's a con to me. The battery space kind of sucks. This here is a problem for me. I told you I liked it and I hated it, and there's a reason. Every time I want to grab the gun, like if I'm picking it up from a prone position, I'm wanting to grab here because naturally this is the center point for the weight. It's pretty even right here. Like over here it's heavy, over here it's heavy, but right here it's pretty good. So naturally when you grab the gun and get up from the prone, you want to grab here, but what ends up happening is that I just have problems with it. Another con would be the charging handle. It's kind of wonky. It's very loose feeling, and you can tighten it. There's a screw in there, but for some reason mine just keeps falling out. The biggest con for me is if you want to utilize this adapter and this stock, you will have to kind of forget about the quick change spring system. That's not a con for the design of the original gun. That's if you want to like change stuff out. All right, now let's move on to the verdict. Should you buy? If you have the money to buy the gun and you want an LMG, yeah, buy the gun. The LMGs that are out right now, I would not say, unless you're talking about the Crytek Shrike LMG, I would not say they are up to par with this here, unless you can afford the 240 Bravo that we did. With the Polestar engine that he dropped in there, I think it's a perfect gun. I think it's one of the best light machine guns you could ever have, personally now. I just think that if you're an average person who wants to purchase something, an average consumer, this would be the best thing that you could possibly get. At this point, with the A2 style pistol grip, the ability to put any stock you want on it if you got the money to buy the adapter, the rails up front, I just think it's a good purchase. Personally, I'm gonna have to go with buy. There you have it. This is MISFIT 2. Oh, next video will be the AK700. A gentleman requested that, and it will be coming your way. Yep. All right. Again, please rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Or out on the field. Just waiting for MISFIT 1 to show up. He'll be back soon. Don't trip. But until then, peace.